I'm Catherine Ross, and I'm here live from the floor of the NYSE with Jim Cramer. Jim, what's top of mind for you this morning?
The craziness of the lack of sellers of an Enphase, of a Virgin Galactic, of a Tesla, of a Ballard, of a fuel cell. Now, Jimmy Chill has then combated immediately on Twitter by saying, don't you know that these are all great stories? I'm not saying that. As a matter of fact, I will go with you because I have no desire to argue with it. What I'm saying is that typically in human nature says we should take something off the table because the stocks could go back down. But that's not happening this time. I think that it doesn't matter what's happening or not. Gains are gains. So let's say they're all Bitcoin. I mean, don't you wish you took off some Bitcoin at 1600? So I think it's imperative for people who are in these stocks, if you're in an Enphase and you have 5 shares, take off 2. It's just not... It's prudent, and it is something that I think you'll never regret. No one ever regrets a big gain. No one ever regrets that. And remember, I'm not saying sell at all. So, I mean, those who then go on Twitter and say he hates it, absolutely not. I'm using discipline. And my discipline says that you just can't own it right through this. You can't. People care only about that China posted the lowest daily rise of new infections since January 29. So that's made it so that the animal spirits are out. It's funny, now suddenly we trust the Chinese again because the numbers are bad.
Jim, over on realmoney.com this morning.
They're corrupt. Sorry.
Over on realmoney.com this morning, you did write about how you're approaching this market. What are your thoughts on this market, really? And I guess that comes into, for me, is what should investors do in this market where you expected sellers to come in and they just did not appear?
Well, I think that you have to, at all times, protect yourself. And you have to protect yourself both to the upside and the downside. So in other words, you have to have the discipline to hold on for a great move. But you also have to take something off the table so that you don't give it back. And if you don't, shame on you. Because history it says that this shouldn't happen. Now, it's entirely possible that this is a different history and that my whole thing about greed versus fear is out of date. But I think I'm measuring not valuations, but human emotion and human nature. And that says you should do some selling.
Boeing last night said that they're going to inspect 400 737 MAXs for debris.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I mean, I think the 737 MAX is ready to fly, and I look forward to flying it. It will be the safest airplane ever built.
Does this to you think...
I mean, again, now immediately people say, Jim, yes, if you're an American pilot, but not if you're a foreign pilot. Well, look, what can I do? I'm not going to be flying foreign, and I think that they will have a simulator, and the people who say this stuff are people who would say that the safest plane that in fiction that is never going to have a crash is going to have a crash. So, I mean, honestly, what can I do? It's the safest plane.
Do you think that this just the news that came out, does that prove that the executives really are focused on being transparent over at Boeing?
No, I think they're just better. They're better. They're not best. For that to get best, you need someone who understands aerospace and is an aerospace expert, and they should do that. I've said that to them. It has not mattered, but I keep saying it.
Now, over on realmoney.com today, you're going to see a lot of articles on Nvidia because that is our stock of the day. And honestly, Jim, the analysts at Bernstein have hopped back on that Nvidia bull.
Yeah, see, I know what this is like. You know, you've had this dramatic run. Yesterday you had a break in it. You thought it was going to go down. It didn't. So you have to just slap a buy on. Now, why today? Well, you think it's going to be like Virgin Galactic, or you think it's going to be like Enphase. I found that suspect. This is Nvidia. This is a company that trades with the rest of the market. But there's analog devices up a huge amount on just plain and simple Internet of Things, and that can propel the rest of the semis. So I think that the person who did that just kind of said, I gotta just grit my teeth and recommend it. It's unfortunate because the person didn't subscribe to Action Alerts.
Now, of course, you can head over to actionalertsplus.com with us after this show to watch more.
Why didn't they? We spent a huge amount of time on that, Jeff and Zev and me. And we explained why we said sell it at 280 and why we said buy it back down 100 points. And We had done more quality work. Now, these people might say we're lucky, but we had done more quality work. We had done a huge amount of work, and they should just subscribe to Action Alerts.
Now, of course, we're not going to talk about whether or not they should buy or sell, but should our viewers right now who may not be subscribed to Action Alerts, should they be adding Nvidia to their watch list at least?
Well, you don't chase. Never chase. Like to buy on a down day.
All right, and let's wrap with Tesla because Tesla got another price target boost. If I'm an investor looking on my Robinhood app and I've got Tesla in that watch list, do I pull the trigger or not?
Okay, so no one's ever gotten hurt buying Tesla, but you're chasing. Chase for half. Just for half.
All right, Jim, thanks for joining us today. Guys, thanks for tuning in. We are now heading over to our Action Alerts Plus Daily Rundown Show over on actionalertsplus.com. Come on with us over there. I'm Catherine Ross, and we'll see you tomorrow.